For a bodyweight sumo squat, you're gonna have your feet wider than you would normally have for a bodyweight squat. So a sumo squat position is gonna be very dependent on your hip structure. So you're gonna have to experiment with this a little bit to see what is comfortable. For me, about 2.5 feet wide is about as far apart as I want my feet to go, because I don't have a lot of abduction ability in my hips. So feet a little bit wider than the shoulders is good for me. If you're a little bit more flexible, maybe out a little bit wider. But the way that you'll know is as you go to squat down, it should still somewhat remotely look like a squat. So you're not just plieing where you squat down this way and you're sitting straight upright. Instead, usually you're gonna have a little bit of forward lean, and that does allow you to get a little bit more depth into your sumo squat. But when you squat down, your knees shouldn't fall in. So if you can't get down into the squat without your knees falling in, then your stance is way too wide. You need to bring it in just a little bit. Okay, so toes are gonna be turned out once again. Experiment with this. I go about 45 degrees. You might be more or less depending on hip structure. So chest is gonna be held upright as you can without it being a plie, and hips are pressing back since it is a squat exercise. Okay, so hips are going back and down. And notice that because we're getting a lot of knee bend and the body is upright, that's what differentiates this from a deadlift. A sumo deadlift is going to have a whole lot more hip hinge, so it is a slightly different variant. But just remember, body upright. If you loaded your back with a barbell, then you would basically get the motion correct. Okay, so just think chest is up. If you're holding a dumbbell in your hands, if you progress this into a dumbbell sumo squat, you don't want to reach down toward the floor. Okay, so hands either across the chest or holding here or behind the head. Any of those is fine. You'll get all of your reps done that way. Once again, watching the knee tracking pattern. Don't let the knees fall in. Don't let them go out to the side. Everything should be nice and vanilla.